I've been working on a speculative evolution project that takes place in the same universe as my Interstellar Garden series, but instead of following some distant species of alien, it's centered around the human race present in the setting. Now, I have a lot of plans for this project, from asteroid belt occultists to an alien Catholic school and sentient cockroach guns. But for right now, I'm trying to keep things simple. So I've been focusing on a single, relatively basic planet and the different factions fighting for control. In the last video, I mostly discussed the Terraforming Guild, a big, bad, tyrannical corporation that holds control over most of the inhabited worlds in this universe. But today, I'd like to discuss the other side of the coin. The Outlaws, the warlords, pirates, and bloodthirsty bandits peppered across the desolate landscapes of these partially terraformed worlds. Some of these gangs are extremely ideological, forming little death cults and enacting ritualistic sacrifices on their victims. Others are strictly pragmatic. They don't believe in some greater purpose to their crimes, they just need the money. And then there's the outlaw gang that we follow in my most recent short story, which falls someplace in the middle. They're definitely not a death cult, but they still flaunt the trophies from past victims in a semi-religious way. One thing that I wanted to get across in their design is that they are extremely violent scavengers, that they have killed countless people from all walks of life and incorporated pieces of their wardrobes into their own. But what this really boiled down to is that a big part of designing these pirates was actually just forcing myself to design other, less fleshed out aspects of my universe. Such as the Zorian Brotherhood, a religious movement that is distantly related to modern day Christianity and worships a giant, radioactive, lion-headed locust. Their missionaries usually wear these simplistic, pitch-black masks since they believe that the spread of their religion should be done anonymously. Their missionaries are also known to be very persistent and, quite frankly, annoying. So the fact that Fly is wearing one of their masks alongside the rest of her trophies implies that she probably killed a missionary just because they wouldn't leave her alone. And of course, there are several other factions referenced to the designs of these space pirates, like the Robics, a group of corporate mercenaries that specialize in monster hunting, or the Amelco Corporation, a space travel and transportation company that owns several cities and even an entire asteroid belt in the Sturgeon star system. They also have a police force and interstellar military. Another thing that I want to mention in this section is Bucket's right arm, which is adorned by a guild knight's armor. But since you can determine the rank of a given knight based solely on the coloration of their arm panels, we can see that Buckets would have had to kill one of the highest ranking guild knights on the entire planet in order to secure that piece, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, is incredibly impressive. I also drew influence from the space pirates in the human spiderweb and the bandit camps in Wrought Flesh, the former of which wear these silly wide-brimmed hats and the latter wear scavenged spacesuits. These can both be seen in Bucket's design, and I'm sure I will eventually add retrospective lore for where these articles of clothing actually came from, but I haven't done that yet. Oh, and this will not be the last time that I draw influence from Raw Flesh, since I have another idea for a large-scale space pirate group that was heavily inspired by the Gajatian cultists. And also the Catholic Church, but that's beside the point. Anyway, while I am certain that I will draw countless other pirates, bandits, and outlaws as I continue to work on this project, these are the only two that I drew for this particular story. And if you would like to watch their story, then it is available right now here on my YouTube channel. Links will be at the end of the video and also the description and probably anywhere else I can put them. I really hope you give it a watch because videos like that take a lot of work and I'm very proud of them. But without further ado, I'll see the rest of you next time. Don't die.